So, I just got done watching a movie called The Hunt. This is a 2012 movie, a Swedish movie, directed by, uh, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but Thomas Vinterberg, and starring Mads Mikkelsen and a few other like recognizable faces that I don't know the name of off the top of my head. Um, I, First off, I want to say like this was a difficult watch. Uh, it deals with like a lot of um, like kind of like he said she said stories, like along the lines of like Doubt with Meryl Streep and Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Last Duel, which I talked about in my last video. Um, and it's kind of like annoying because like you have like an omniscient point of view, so like you know the truth this whole time, and you're kind of like aggravated because like the way the characters are acting um, around this truth that like they don't. Um, it also deals with uh, like sexualizing a child, um, along the lines of like I shouldn't say sexualizing a child. I should say like a adult child relationship is a better way of putting it. Um, Something along the lines of like Leon the Professional or Lolita to an extent, or I can't think of the name of the other movie. The kids are right. Our kids aren't all right. Our kids something. Kids on the block. I can't remember something about kids. Anyways, um, and it also deals with like sexual assault, which like a lot of these are like difficult subjects that like for people not only to talk about but to like to view in film, and so it brings up this like very challenging uh, viewing experience, between like the omniscient point of view and like all these like different um, more taboo subjects. um, it's one of those things like where like I don't know, I really enjoyed the movie, like for like what it's portraying, the story it's portraying, but like I could never like recommend this to most people because like I'm sure like people who have experienced sexual assault in any form, like whether that's like them as a child or them as an adult or anywhere between, that could very much trigger things. And this is a little child making up a story because she doesn't see it as like an issue. She's just trying to get back at this guy who, in her mind, like slighted him. But she doesn't really understand that, because she's so young. So like, it could kind of like downplay like people accusing people of sexual assault um, in a way like that. I don't think that's like the meaning behind like the movie by any means, but like it could trigger like those ideas and feelings. Um, on top of that, it's kind of talking about how a lot of times like we as a society will um, the second like an accusation comes out, a lot of times like that person is guilty to the public eye if people catch wind of it, and definitely like more like heinous crimes, like child assault, of any degree. Uh, a lot of those people are instantly accused before they even get charged with anything. If rumors stir. Um, it's weird because like I said, like I really enjoyed this film. Like as far as like like an art piece and everything, I'll never watch this again. Like it's not. It's one of those movies like I'll never watch again. And to give you like an idea, like I do want to watch like After Sun again to give and it's kind of painful and um like throughout this movie, like like even as like more and more evidence comes to front that like he's telling the truth. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Like he's still being like vilified by like the general public. Um, it's a very like grounded movie, and like the performances like all feel like really grounded. There's like some like resolution that like I don't uh, necessarily like. It's like not there, and like I'm sure like you can like infer your own ideas um, like based off like how characters act and everything. From my understanding too, this was based off a true story. I'm sure liberties were taken, like as they typically are when it's based off a true story. Um, but I mean, like you can see the same idea like all over the place. The second someone makes like an accusation, it's just you know condemned by the general public. It's also like it's the movie's called The Hunt. Whatever, like the Swedish interpretation of that. That's the American title, or English title, I should say. Um, but they also like go on a hunting trip, so like it's kind of like juxtaposed in that way. Um, it's also like because like when you're hunting, like you're preying on the weak, and like this guy is being basically accused of preying on the weak in a different way. Instead of like with violence, it's sexual violence. Um, and like it kind of gets to this point like where like almost like uncut gems, but like in a completely different way. That this like tension just keeps building and building and building throughout the whole movie, and like it. So it's like on top of it being like an uncomfortable watch because of the subject matter. It's also a very uncomfortable watch just because like the amount of like tension that's like being built. Um, I Mads Mikkelsen, he's been in like all sorts of stuff that I always appreciate him in. Like it's kind of weird because he's very minor in a movie. I can blank on the name. Rogue One. Like he plays a character called Galen. And the only reason I know that is because that's my dad's name. It's spelled differently, but he's only on screen for like 10 minutes maybe, and he's brilliant in that. And then of course he's in like Doctor Strange and Another Round, which is another Thomas Vinterberg movie. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. I apologize. Um, of course, people know him from Hannibal as well, but he's like one of those actors like where I kind of like he's like not on my radar, but he should be because like he's phenomenal in everything. But I don't know. As of like right now, like I'm kind of like torn between like giving the movie like a 4 star and 4.5 star. It'll probably be closer to 4.5 star if I had to guess because it's just like one of those movies like where like already in my mind like I'm thinking about it like a lot and like I have like a lot of like thoughts about it. Um, but like I don't want to like sit there and like go into like like way too deep in spoiler territory and like way too deep in talking about you know themes and everything. But like another thing I meant to bring up. Um, it's kind of like ironic because the main person that vilifies him first is his best friend, and a lot has to do with his wife, but the best friend's wife. Um, but then like another one of his friends, who's clearly a close friend because you know, um, he made like that other friend his son's godfather. So like it's just kind of like weird like that. You think like why don't you make your best friend like your son's godfather? But anyways, so he kind of you know, actually believes him and everything. So it's kind of like weird that like his best friend doesn't believe him, but this like other friend that like clearly he is close to, but not, you know, they mention best friend over and over, like when they're talking about this other guy. So, um, I don't know. I recommend this movie. If you've got this far in the review, you like you know about like these subject warning, these taboo subjects and trigger warnings and everything. So if any of those things are going to be upset you, obviously don't watch the movie. Anyways, like the video, comment down with your thoughts on the video, comment down there if there's any other videos you want me to watch and review. I'm always looking for new movies to add to my watch list. It's getting slimmer and slimmer every day, so just like me, hopefully. Um, anyways,